Good morning, you guys. Shh, he's sleeping. We're gonna go over to a mom project event. We're gonna learn about how moms can come back to the workforce. I'm gonna sit down with the founder of the mom project. It's a really big mission to help people get back into the workforce after having kids. Let's go check it out. But I gotta put him down for a nap first. Allison, thanks a lot for spending time with us here. What does the Mom Project do?
So the Mom Project is a two-sided marketplace that connects moms all over the country with awesome work opportunities with some of the best companies in the world. We see about 43% of American women leave the workforce, at least for a period of time after having children.
And even when they want to come back, it's actually very hard for them.
It's really hard, yeah, and I think even the women that stay in the workplace after returning from parental leave often don't feel totally satisfied, and many would love to make a move to a company that better understands their needs and supports families.
You're seeing companies, both sort of large and small, really embrace this overall.
They are, yeah. I think we're just at such a cool moment in time when the topic has shifted from just being a social imperative to this is great business. Women are increasingly highly educated, entering the workforce in large numbers, and we've got to figure out ways to retain them and solve this issue at scale. So the adoption we've seen from everything from 1-2-person startups to Fortune 10 has been so cool because the challenge is so felt universally.
And this is something for people, all knowledge workers across a lot of different domains.
Absolutely. Yeah, we really started in business and technology, but we would be failing if we weren't inclusive of all moms.
How did you start? What made you come up with this idea and pursue it the way you have?
Part of my inspiration for starting the business, I used to lead Pampers Innovation for North America, spending a lot of my days in homes with moms, all sort of different income levels, and seeing what a motivating factor having kids was in building one's career and building a better future for their kids was so inspiring. So I saw moms that would wake up at 3:30 in the morning to put themselves through online classes so they could provide that better future for their kids. It was something that I thought a lot about well before becoming a mom. What would happen when I reached that crossroads? I knew I wanted to have a family, but I also wanted to have a career, and that meant a lot to me. And having seen my mom and sister opt out, I felt this is going to come to a head. And when I was on maternity leave, I read a stat that over 40% of American women leave the workforce, and I was like, holy cow, this is not just an issue that impacted my mom and sister, this is nearly half the female population. So I just felt the time was right with technology enabling work to be done in a much more distributed way.
Yeah.
It felt the right time to try to solve this problem.
At Initialized, we love funding giant markets and giant marketplaces, and the sort of salient feature of those marketplaces is a giant amount of demand
Yes.
and a ridiculous amount of supply.
Yep.
And these two things are not actually meeting.
Exactly.
And so in corporate America, people are talking about a skills gap. There aren't enough people for them
Right.
to hire. And yet, there's this stat, this 43% statistic.
Exactly. Now, companies are totally for the factors you mentioned, tightened labor market, technology being more advanced, and how we can support a distributed workforce is really driving that demand. So to be able to match these two has just been so cool.
So what's the experience like on the mom side, and what's the experience like on the employer side? And it's not just moms, by the way.
It's not just moms, absolutely. Anyone that identifies with our mission, we'd love them to join the platform.
Fathers who are returning from the workforce too.
Yes, exactly.
There's so many people who want to return to the workforce. What is that process like today, and what's different about using Mom Project?
Yeah, it's really easy. Users create profiles on our site, and they tell us a little bit about their professional background background and really what they're looking for in their ideal next opportunity. So are they looking to get back to work after having taken a break? Do they want to transition to something, maybe leave corporate America full-time, freelance? And give us a lot of detail in terms of what they're looking for. And from that, it's totally seamless experience. There's no having to search through lots and lots of jobs. We have match algos that serve up the right opportunities. And really where we hone in on are what are the flexibility preferences? Do they want a shorter commute? Do they have travel restrictions? Like, we want all of that data. So we have Match Science that's been built by women for women to bring it all together and serve up the right opportunities to the right users on the platform.
So the opportunities come to you, actually.
Exactly.
And then on the business side, you can serve small companies, large companies. The large companies are really embracing it right now.
They really are, yeah.
And then there are lots of resources.
So on the employer side, we work with everything from, the biggest companies in the world to fast-growing startups. We've really found a lot of success around serving business and tech because those tend to be jobs that everybody's hiring for. So marketing, finance, HR, engineering. We haven't seen female labor participation rate rise in over 20 years after hitting the peak. So it's like, how do we structurally create better workplaces for these women to enter? So not only are we really becoming the biggest aggregator of all mom talent in the US, we're also helping companies inform their policies and recommendations on what they structurally can do to support a better workplace where these women want to stay and thrive.
I mean, this is both societal and macro. This is sort of
It is
very important mission.
It is. Closing the motherhood labor gap is a $570 billion opportunity. So a lot of people invested in the problem, whether that be employers or policymakers.
In 10 years, when the Mom Project reaches where you want it to go, paint that picture for me. What does that look like?
Yeah, so I think the vision that I get really excited to wake up and work towards every day is this goal of unlocking the full potential of mothers in the workplace. I think for a lot of different reasons, the workplace has not been so conducive to parenting. So building a future where women feel like they truly never have to choose between their family or their career is my North Star.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Garry.
You're doing it, all right. You're doing it. So thank you so much for sitting down with me here.
Thanks for having me. It's a blast.